Don't mind it.
You know, largely unthinkable, I think, at the beginning.
Don't mind it on some of the maps. Don't mind it on Haven.
What we've just seen, but BBL
like it on Lotus, like it on Split.
Being able to take
don't mind it on
2,
Fracture. Don't mind it on Haven.
An absolute masterclass performance coming off the back of Kushin on his Jet.
Yeah, I mean, the Jet battle is going to be a real one to watch, right? Kushin are playing up against Buzz, but it's also on this map how you set all of them up. You know, you've got the drone timings, the breach, to me, is the big one. Because when you end up playing these comps, a lot of it
okay, pressure is on for this one.
Get your Jet into a pushed up position.
I'm excited. BBL on defense, DRX on attack. Only difference,
really
Astra Omen.
This looks like a walk
C becomes a little bit weaker when you use the Astra. Sometimes you have to back it up a little bit. Okay, nice round so far, just breaking that real aggro from Kushin. Does have the dash. Makes them use the stun, that's kind of nice. Keep an eye on the Omen. Omen was very tempted to take a timing there. That was a good smoke in the end.
BBL come away unscathed, but without a kill of
good reposition, looking like a C hit. Okay, double garage tank.
Just a moment, a blink of an eye, you're already updrafted onto that high ground angle, but bit of a reposition now as the players are just rotating around. This crossfire setup that they've got going on in garage could be quite difficult to break, but
pinging where the normal recon lands.
Utility ends up being committed.
Wow, it's so tense, this battle.
Yeah.
Smoke
here we go.
Dash. Dash enabled off to the side.
Way.
Okay. The placement enough.
Whoa,
10 HP with that one.
Yeah, really difficult.
Some people feeling like they should have done better during that.
Running gun on top. But it does leave it just down to Aslan.
And that is a gutting way for BBL.
Yeah, so much damage, no kills for both of them. That was double garage, right? 22 and 10 HP. Didn't even get a kill from it, so a little bit gutting for them.
And more so than just that, the Brave and Turco duo on Ascent was fantastic. And they're the duo that just fumbled a little bit there in terms of the garage hold. But it was a hard one to deal with. So that's a pistol round going the way of DRX. And it sets them off on completely different footing compared to the previous map.
Yeah. This is going to be a very different task ahead of them, honestly. The fact that they were able to get those easy rounds in the pistol round, set them up quite nicely, gave them the buffer that they needed at least, but now it's...
Why is Raid Boss always frenzy? It's a lot of time your entry going in.
Calling for his team for a gamble stack over towards
so you can at least tank the fast addition, fast ghost headshot.
So they are holding the fault line.
Yeah, take a look at their positioning.
And his frenzies are crazy strong.
From BBL around here.
Okay, Eco now. 5 people here, waiting for this orb tap. Then we have a recon that lands behind. When they smoke, they're thinking that the smoke's going to happen. So here comes the recon. I don't think to do this. Okay, nice overwhelm, nice idea. What's the reaction? Haven't seen everyone yet, so fighting very heavy for the guns, so that's nice. We don't decide to react across the map anywhere and taking map control, just decide to fight, protect the gun, so very nice, not too bad.
It was a nice idea, a little set play to make your eco round have a
Xander, what's up? I'm uploading the VODs onto YouTube. But in terms of normal YouTube videos, I am making them. But I also just like spend the last month doing Boombot stuff, so maybe we have to wait a bit longer for actual YouTube content.
The flank should be watched.
Yeah, Alarmbot's there, in fact.
It certainly is being watched.
Yeah, even if it didn't catch the contact.
So yeah, should get better at it.
See call rounds like
we'll
this.
Get there.
When you are an inexperienced IGL stepping onto the stage for the first time, battling against a team that you know is more proven than you.
Yeah.
You don't want to admit that they're better than you, but you know that there's more evidence for that.
Xander, you seen loads of people nicking your pistols this event?
When IGLs tend to be in that position, it's pretty common
to just watch out for it.
To forget your own game plan, to not call anything aggressive. And I think what we've really seen on Ascent, we didn't see that on Pearl. They really did freeze up. But on Ascent, we started to see them get proactive, get Kushin into really aggressive positions, try some set strats out.
Eco out the way, good damage done.
Haven on a similar foot.
Yeah, bit of an evolution, you know, adding the layers to the game plan.
Yeah, there's still a lot, especially on the icebox.
I completely agree. I think Suchni's addition has been quite good to them.
Okay.
Because BBL always that team. They've got the individuals. Kushner, how long have we talked about it? You know, the Turkish Jet, this guy's
important round for BBL.
Make magic out of nothing, but
everyone over towards DRX does have enough money to rebuy next. Bars take a long, they get nothing for it, but they at least have it. Have this as a question mark and this as a question mark, so these two have to stay here.
Might have to address that expectation as we get later on in Haven.
Little bit aggro over towards C. That's the drone out. Okay, we go hunting. This is the Ghost. If the Ghost can get one here...
It's a double peek, Mako. Just holding the
yeah, you played that so well. That's so good. Again, very important for the Omen to just stay safe. That's their only smoker. You lose that Omen, a lot harder to get into these sites. So played this insanely well. Got the damage off. And left. Oh no, Cushion is in a world of trouble. Fair play, managed to get out. It's impressive. Still very hard now.
But this is going to be a very tough retake.
BBL very hard.
Anticipating winning
What
this
on
round,
earth
no
do we do in this retake with everyone here? We have the damage that goes under.
This is absolute chaos now, but he's dropped himself down, is dealt with.
No one else on his team was ready to go.
Yeah, no one was ready to go. What the hell was this? He went in so early.
Was that a misclick? Did he fall out of the window rather than deliberately?
Yeah, that was could have been together for sure. Damn, okay, DRX managed to win the bonus round, so Money's going to get out of control. Eco now as well, so Money could get really out of control. 3,000 potentially on top of the numbers that you're seeing here, so a lot of 8Ks if people don't die.
There's that little...
I mean, that's just great.
Yeah, bait and switch, basically.
It wasn't too bad. The stun came from under heaven, that's why.
Most of the time when you grab a bit of information there, you just need to leave instantly.
Straight up C hit, that's the one for spawn.
Nothing quite so much as a stack like BBL were trying on their last eco, but holding with a nice little crossfire. Dash up, close and personal, straight through, and a bit of a disengage, just trying to catch the sightline onto Aslan there, just weaving in and out, back and forth.
Nice round though.
That's going to go down without too
looking
many
like
issues,
they might not lose anyone.
And DRX have just gone for such a simple approach to this round, keeping it safe and showcasing one of their C execs. Prime Gaming flawless. Now
2 rebuys of armor. Everyone else absolutely fine. We see a 9K on the 5th round. Holy hell.
Their early round game was really powerful.
The worrying thing is now, chat, we go into an important buy round and we have some ults for it. Very close to getting these ults. Maybe we want to go over towards A here. I wonder if DRX are just going to do something heavy towards this as well. It doesn't look like it. Looking like it's going to do something middle.
Yeah. He's more than a spearhead at that point. He's the entire bloody weapon, but...
The interesting thing against playing against an Astra, I mentioned it a little bit yesterday, and we kind of saw it here, is... It's
an opportunity, but again, look at this pace that's being
holy
injected
hell,
into
wait,
it.
I need to stop talking.
Not wasting any time, the back of the side. Needs to be a one fight for Aslan, but he just does not catch it.
Look at the kill, Joe.
Great read from Aslan as well.
Oh, they're all over them at the moment.
Just
a
bit of a miracle play from Brave as he does.
Silver won that duel on site though.
Lined up for them, but will anything else be offered for them? Has brought them into this 2v2. Now the aftershock. Lovely angle that's been forced and collecting themselves. Just for the moment, now to defuse. Being stuck half on it already. It's up to RB to see if he can deny. One after the other!
Oh my goodness, chat. No joke, he got off the spike. He got off the spike.
That is a
he had it.
For BBL.
He actually had it.
The round started so terribly for them.
No,
and yet
he actually had it.
Sheer heroics coming out from Brave and then socially on the site as well. They had actually got themselves into a winning position until RB drove a dagger into their backs.
Yeah, I mean,
how many times have we seen RB playing Killjoy on this map coming out with something ridiculous? The Red Bull clutch, I mean, just one of many.
Be speechless.
Nothing going right for them here.
Just insanity. Heartbreaking for BBL.
And momentum.
Bring that one
Dude, that's unlucky because the Sora did so well to actually get this one back in, like actually make it winnable. Okay, what I was going to talk about is playing against an Astra. If you can kind of force them to use smoke and suck early on, have a very good time playing against it, to be honest, because then they only have 2 starts for the rest of it. So a lot of playing against an Astra is just A control at the beginning. Try and make them use 2 stars within the fast, like 10 seconds.
Trying to escape.
It's again is against an eco. Looking real nice. Ults used. And again,
Putting
I've
some
been
pressure
talking
on the
about it a
DRX
lot
economy
this
is
tournament,
now
just
really
overusing the
important. They've
ults
just got
against the
far
ecos.
too
Don't
much money.
overthink it, just make sure your economy's in a good place. So
DRX are gonna be
using
able
ults to
buy
secure
for
rounds and
round
making
upon
sure
round
that
upon
lots of
round.
people are alive is good.
Oh, it's a stun
Okay,
play
is
with the
this going
updraft.
to
That's
yield
what they
them a
wanna go
kill?
for. Kushner
They're going to
is
make
waiting
sure
for it.
they
There's the fault line, and
damage
here's the
under
double
heaven
updraft,
and then
but
swing
no
with it.
targets spotted. And it's a beautiful dart timing. Just Zest ready for it as well. Small piece of utility to push back any sort of approach that BBL might try and come up with, and crumbling to pieces. All the options.
Every single time they're just keeping multiple people alive. Their ecos have just been so good. Like their anti-ecos have been so good. 3,000 on top of it. Look at the money. Oh, it's the worst start ever for BBL.
DRX. The Prime Gaming Flawless doesn't even begin to cover it. It's an understatement. This is straight back to map 1.
Another important buy round. This is the first time the BBL have had actually like good ults into this though, so this has been their best chance into the first 7 rounds we've seen, other than obviously this round where they had better guns.
You can really underestimate in this event.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can deliver an upset. I think with the normal double elimination format, that becomes less true, but with this single elim stuff, 32 teams, man, it really does feel like any given Sunday sometimes.
Sure. But this is a different scenario for BBL. I mean, listen, they've been,
nice setup.
They've been on the brink before. You think about that first
I'm pretty
half,
sure, looking at the stars, I'm pretty sure they did use smoke and suck, so they can play slow game here, for sure. Kind of bleed out the Astra stars that you're seeing at the moment. One down, one in the bank. Oh, okay, no, so it would have been smoke at the beginning and then
drone
fake.
Coming out there from Zest, looking towards A, and that has actually pulled Kushner
What is this?
over to the right-hand part of the map, which is rough. Where on earth is this one going?
Yeah, that is an odd dart.
Okay, show me this dart.
Where does that land?
Where does it land?
Where is that going? All the way to the back of the site?
He's bounced it off a tree.
Yeah, and Zest
and then he just stays in spawn, so they think that he's long. Oh my goodness.
Be watched for though. Now that lockdown, DRX placing it. The Hunter's Fury is used as an answer to it, but
it's so nice, dude. What the hell is this stuff? How are they this drilled? I mean, I kind of felt like it was going to happen in the off-season, that they would probably work the hardest out of all the teams. But we're really seeing it. Even with like the smoke, when we saw the Viper smoke, I was like, okay, they've definitely been practicing a lot of like... They've got everything down to such a good level, and this is like one of the big benefits of having a core, but they've just spent so much time on just little stuff like this, and I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. Not that it came into play in terms of the actual round itself, but it would definitely help them. They have a lot of cool stuff.
No, uncultured and untalented actually, but what was working for them is that Sojny was able to get the read on where DRX were going every round, whether that was based on whether, you know, where Buzz was or the knife timings or whatever. But here on Haven, they are just sent scattering. That round 7 is a great example there. One drone coming out from Zest towards A lobby, and 3 players are pulled to A, despite the fact that the entire stack is headed in the other direction.
What you say in this timeout at the moment?
From DRX, that Zest can fake that and still
they've been all over the place as well in terms of where they've been going. They've been mixing up loads. A against ecos though, right? I'm pretty sure. A against ecos, rest of the map against buys.
Something just odd, but
I swear it's off the tree, man.
Yeah, I think it is, because that tree has so many angles to it. I was testing. It's hard to get that consistently, I'll tell you now.
Yeah, that might be some kind of pixel lineup. I'm sure the nerdy lineup knowers in the chat are, you know,
gonna be hunting for that one. Well, actually, goes off the pillar off to the side, off the third nail. Yeah, well, timeout now for BBL. I believe that's a second timeout that's been used.
It's really tough, but it's really necessary.
It is, at this point.
They got good retake ultimates as well, but in the prior round, in round 7, they didn't even get a chance to do that because RB had used a post-plant lockdown and things were getting very hairy.
Yeah.
One of the most brutal things I've said in both. Never really been brutal.
Once more, Brave and Turco going for a push.
It's just not the right time for it. You're normally brutal like after the games. Maybe at Champions when we were playing against we were playing against Descent and we just weren't like doing any of the fundamentals in terms of calling properly, checking corners. Like having to use pauses just to remind everyone to just kind of focus up was devastating.
That's not where it is. You know, again, going off the Sova drone.
Like when you use a pause to just remind people of basics, it's yeah, it's just
four-player stack to
a big worry.
It's just not the right read. It might be against quite a lot of other teams.
It's just a
Not
waste of
against
it,
DRX,
really.
not today.
Yeah, not too much trending towards that A lobby. Utility
And
dumped
the hits
in.
are just so
Last-ditch
strong.
effort there by Brave. Just paying for it with his life.
Made sense
Obviously,
to
just
stack A
jumping
though,
into
because
the
I
smoke
felt
so
like
he can get
against the Ecos
anything
I have
done,
been
but
going A a lot.
plan once more. Drop down, playing those
Yeah,
post
you hit
plan
all your
positions. Lovely
team's
stun,
voice
but
comms.
Buzz does offset it. Tries to play in the smoke there, gets his head taken off once more. Lovely
Look
pop
at the
flash play. and
util, it's just so
clean up
nice. Nice
crossfire.
flash from Stacks to swing with this as
And
well.
you're starting to see why in rounds like these and the ones before.
8-0.
why
Let's look at the
Stacks is
score.
considered
We
the
got
grandfather
13.
of
We have
Breach,
no deaths so far
because
for RB.
everything is
One
just
death
exactly
possessed.
where he wants it. Pixel perfect. All of the utility followed
The
up
hits
on
are so good. The dash is going in, spotting everywhere.
Yinsu was talking
Just
about
not getting
Ascend
caught
being
out.
the Turkish map. This is the map I most strongly associate with DRX.
Yeah.
It's not always their best map, but it was just their home
Dude,
territory.
as if they have
their
like
style,
this
it
is
all
like a
just works so
lineup to
well
put
here.
the
By
turret
way,
down.
RB
I don't
still
know if
hasn't
other
died.
teams have this. Most people
Just
just
if you wanna
run out,
keep
but
running
this means that
note
you
of
can
that.
secure it and get out the way in
Okay.
case they're
My
stunning it.
God,
Like that's the kind of
how
level
this
we're going
feels
to now. We have
instantly like map one
a
again.
Killjoy turret
All the
lineups.
wind taken out from BBL sales.
Do people have them in teams? I didn't even realize.
Scrambling, looking for those options. That's shocky
There
go.
goes the
Clears
alarm
the alarm bot.
Zest has been in the lab.
Yeah, there's
Maybe some
just
time on the
so
bench
much.
has helped him just look up lineup videos and
Just
stuff.
been
You know?
cooking.
Yeah.
Just been cooking, hasn't he? This deep A lobby push from BBL. They are holding this.
This might work out
Couple
well.
of
This is their
angles.
best chance. 3 people here,
It looks like
ready
he's
for
gonna
them
be
to
one
drone
who
back,
takes contact. Does
drone
go
back
now
and take
towards A
space.
lobby.
Jet needs to shoot this.
Yeah,
Oh,
has to be broken.
wait,
Does
did they
push
see
back,
Jet?
but
Okay, Sova shot it and
DRX
they didn't see the Jet. This
be
might work
disciplined
out
enough
great.
to
'Cause
realise
they're going to
that
think
the
there's just
player
one
looks like
person
he
holding
tries
this.
to go clear it, but not a lot else being used. No utility.
Oh my goodness.
That's Kushner.
Little one way
Off
maybe?
his teammate.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Particular really well. Zest was just staring at the ground like a Euro decoy for some reason. Mako just trying to pick up the pieces.
Nice setup. Can't be angry at DRX there again. They just saw
all
one
the way
person
into the
spotting this.
seaside.
Very nice from Sova. I didn't
Oh, and
realize
it
Sova was in
gets
place to stop
denied.
this.
Great play from Aslam Machado.
Oh, okay.
It's time enough in a round though with 20 seconds, but they
That's
know where
nice
the
as
spike
well.
is gonna
Keep
be.
an eye on the time.
That's no
Have to go
location.
B. We just still
A
have the
lobby,
turret
there's
here to
only a
get
few more
info.
places they really can go.
But
Tell you what
every
though,
avenue
it's
is
still a
off to the
doable
BBL.
round. I really hope BBL use some ults into this round.
They have
Utility broken.
They have generational wealth to work with, though. So DRX can definitely commit
Okay.
to this one.
Not gonna need it,
Fights.
hopefully.
Inside the smoke, a bit of spam just to try and break it up. RB.
Why am I so nervous?
Can he pull off the impossible once more? One found, but luckily the coverage is there. And finally, BBL. They get that round on the board.
But their economy is still in shambles. Brave and Turco with only the 3,000
I
credits to
prefer
their name,
Omen on this map
essentially.
for sure.
So DRX have still done damage to them. And that was RB's first death, though, so that's good. He's only 14-1.
Yeah, Kushner did great.
Fantastic play, though, from
And again,
Kushner,
the
just on
setup
an
was great.
individual level
But
to
they kind
lock
of
down
stacked
this
3
area
people
for
here. They took a little bit of
such
a
lucky
gamble, to
find
be
set
honest.
his team up for the win, but I don't think that's
Hoping that
replicable.
they would go back and try and push the one person, well, at least what they thought was one person holding the angle down over towards A.
Most of the time, they haven't really been putting that pressure on. And the Haven meta just kind of developing.
Still no
Usually you
op
see
out.
teams, you know, they
Still
dump that
no
util
money
into it,
built.
fault line something else,
A lot of
push a
ults
player
though,
up
they
deep
can
so
definitely
have
string
that
some together.
information, just like
Recon
you're
goes in
seeing
and
here.
doesn't get shot as well, so they can
Perhaps
now,
Executioner
with
can't
how
get
the
into
round
this close
went,
angle.
surely we just leave the
Usually at
Jet
back of
on
this, you want to rotate
her
players
own
away,
hand to
you
just
know?
hold this, right?
It's a bit of a tell that they're not going to be dedicating anyone towards that area of the map.
Both shock darts getting used to break the alarm bot, and for whatever reason, it didn't hit the one in Garage. It looked good, but the
Yeah.
lineup just didn't land.
BBL setup, they're not.
Good
I mean,
pressure.
here's the thing, they haven't been punished actually for this, despite that. I mean, they're still sticking with 3 players holding close in A lobby.
Still have the
yeah,
drone.
now
A
you're
little bit
seeing
of a
Turco
gamble from
rotate,
BBL,
but
but
DRX were
as you can see,
expecting
was
at
a
least the player to be
3-person
close.
stack now.
I mean, they have fantastic
They're a little bit
B
scared of
retake
B,
ults,
so we have to have
right?
someone to
The
watch
recharge
this.
is just amazing from
Keep an
Turco.
eye on
The only
Azan, might
problem
decide to
is if
use
they
the
sneak through the
Killjoy
A
ult
connector,
soon.
But DRX are instead going for a C split.
There we go.
The smoke popped off here now.
Not spammable.
being
What's
used
the idea?
potentially
Got
to
a
fight this.
few,
The
yeah.
lockdown has put a dampener on it.
Wait,
But they still want to
bit
commit
of hesitation
now.
on this
Yeah,
one.
well, that's RB. Where did he find that one? Ult popped off to the side. The astral wall was laid down with a cosmic
Still
divide, but it does
absolutely
little
fine.
to stop again. DRX just barreling their way through onto the site.
Wow, so important that the lockdown was broken there. You could hear
Yeah.
them communicating it, and this is now really tough. Kyushin has got to deliver the goods.
And timing is everything. There's a dart to the back. He knows where one of them is remaining. It's Mako still locking it down and down to Suchny. The attacking lockdown. He can't quite
it's so
find
hard
it.
to deal with.
There's no angle
Holy
in
hell,
sight
back
for him to
over
break
towards
that one.
Eco.
DRX claiming once more another, not letting it get out of their hands just yet.
And that's an awesome mid-round decision from DRX.
They just shot it, right?
They decide to go through Garage, and they're met with a lockdown in their face. Aslan just immediately puts it down. Great idea, good counter from BBL. And you can see on the player POV of Stax, talking to the rest of his team, asking, can we break this? Can we break this? Should we commit with the breach ult? And he's getting fed information from the rest of his team, makes the call as the IGL to commit to it, lockdown broken, and they get in onto the site. Everything happens so quickly with these top-level teams. I love that. BBL using the Vision Strikers strat.
Yeah, that's nice. And again, a lot of teams will have said stuff to punish the Killjoy doing the default that we talked about that he has a lineup for. And the one round that they decide not to do it, hold up much more passive rounds. I think they were honestly just expecting us. They're very...
Glimmers and echoes of it. You can see attempts are there. There was an updraft from Kushner as well, but the players dropping still one after the other.
Minus 25. There we
go. Shorty. Just running at them. And what can Brave do? Tries to pick up a bit of an upgrade, but god damn these shock darts.
Holy hell, okay.
Just
one more chance. Can BBL double their rounds?
And it looks like Termi, the DRX head coach, gave an absolute dressing down between these two maps and told them, unless you beat BBL even more emphatically than you did on Pearl, I'll send you home myself.
Putting you on the early flight. Forfeit.
Yeah. We'll just forfeit the rest of our game.
This has been just an absolute battering.
Yeah, 16-1.
Brutal to watch. And I think from BBL's point of view, when you're faced with an opponent like this in a game like this, you can't even be that mad. No. You're like, okay, we just got
Astra's alone.
Outplayed.
C hit, Astra's alone. We have server ult.
Comfort zone for them. Trying to play
oh my goodness. Dude, imagine. Imagine he's so close to getting that kill. Dude, how's he got 2 kills with this ult?
2 kills?
How did he get a second kill with that?
Suchny, this is the desperation. Final round, might as well use them. The ultimate's one after the other. Doesn't get too much done. The aftershock pushing into the corner.
Damn, Turco forces him out of the back with the damage and still loses the duel as well. Holy hell. What an insane half. It's not done, but...
How can they make this happen? 45 seconds left and just spraying it down. A bit of panic in the play.
They got one round.
Will be that half score line.
That is a really difficult one to come back from.
17-1 for RB.
I think a lot of people will have been doubting DRX's
attack Killjoy. 17-1.
After they lost Ascent, but
let me see this second.
Map 1 and map 3 are like this.
Damn, dude, just straight
They just look in such insanely good form.
Just an instant answer back.
RB still only died once.
And there's just so many layers to what they were doing on their attack side. With the side swapping around, that is going to be the first half done. Let's find out what the desk has to say.
RB was a just, yeah.
Well,
pure flex now.
That first round, I thought maybe we could start to get a little bit of a comeback here for BBL, but DRX are just so well drilled and just prepped, and
Mako
really
11 assists. And honestly, most of the time you're seeing that it's just how good they are at just making sure they capitalize on the smokes. Again, the smokes are very good as well, but a lot of the assists are smoke.
I think it took until like round number 10 for RB to die once. This guy was putting up an insane individual performance, and he was also causing some really, really heartbreaking rounds for this BBL squad. There was a couple moments where they were getting close, looking like they could steal a round away. This was one of them, right? BBL start off great on this retake. Brave, heroic with the 2K. They get it down to this 2 versus 1 situation, and they're getting to this point where they're like,
no, we get to see him from his POV. How close is this?
Oh. We have RB flash in the window, and he just swings out, kills both of them, and absolutely breaks the hearts of BBL.
Oh,
and
I thought we
those
were going to see his POV.
Over and over in this half.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, his stat line right now is absolutely monstrous. 17-1 coming out of this first half, and who knows how much longer of a game that we do have here, unfortunately, because DRX are just running away with it. Yeah. 348 coming in on this Killjoy is just nasty stuff here from the side of DRX. For BBL, though, the stakes are so
Even
high
if he
for
stuck,
them,
he
they
died.
need to
I'm
be able
not
to pull
sure,
this
bro.
back.
Honestly, the way
You know,
I was
at the
looking
very
at it, I think he had
At the
it.
very
In
least, getting some more rounds
my
under your
opinion,
belt,
I would need
being
to
able
watch it
push
again.
DRX a bit
At least in
further,
the
I
moment,
think
I felt like he
in
had
and of
it.
itself would be a win for them. Clearly, things are still early days for them. They're
Maybe watch it
showing
back
that
more
they
than me.
have what it takes to be able to take them down. Besting them on Ascent is monstrous. So if a run back
Yeah.
can start, it would be absolutely enormous for them to get it going.
And it's all about this pistol, right, Mimi? You have to clutch up here.
You really do. It has to start right here, right now. No more room for error, or you're headed home.
All right, well, let's see what ends
No,
up
I'm pretty sure he
happening
got
with
off
this one
on-
as we wrap
I think
up
he got
Haven.
off on
Let's
the
send it back
first
over
duel.
to Brennan Sideshow.
It's a little bit delayed. The like overlay.
No more room for error, I think sums it
Again,
up
that's
quite
that's
nicely
kind of why I wanted to
because,
see his
it's gonna take
POV. Would have been a
honestly
lot of
perfect gameplay from
questions
BBL
answered.
to be able to
Okay, pistol run.
mount any
BBL
sort
now
of
on
comeback.
attack. DRX.
They have one round as a
11-1.
Yeah.
BBL have to win the pistol. Are we going to disrespect this? Yes, we
Not
are.
wasting too much time. That's a Nana
Oh.
Swarm drop down. What an opening. Okay. Kushner really fighting hard for that one. Just running his way right down. And now to squeeze that one player that was Mako holding into short. Cleaned up momentarily.
Hero play.
Faster play to still.
Could you
tries to
imagine
drop
it?
down to catch a cheeky timing. But there's
Nice
the
from
pistol
BBL.
round
Get
one.
the plant in as well. Extra bit
And
of
I
money.
think I have
Orb stacked
slightly
as well.
a different perspective to Seth on the desk, where I don't really think BBL need that many more rounds to feel happy about what they've accomplished. Their pistol rounds have looked good. They've actually been able to
Double
win a
death
bunch
for
of those,
RB, yeah.
and they've taken
Insane.
a
Oh,
map
those.
away from one of the favorites for the tournament too. It is just going to be so unbelievably impossible for them to win this map and claw their way back from a deficit like this.
Yeah.
But I think they can just soak it in, enjoy being here.
Taking the experience of it. That's for certain. You're all right, Josh. You know, a certain level of pride, I think, for them being
That
able to
looked a little
go
weird.
toe-to-toe with a team like DRX on Ascent. The fact that they were able to take that one away from them.
There's a lot of pride involved in just being on your team for partnership,
Sure.
right? Making it to that 1% of the Valorant pros that are representing their team, their region, etc. For BBL, their country too, at that top level.
Mostly just really trajectory, I think, of a team like BBL.
Can you blame them though? At least they are thinking ahead, right? They're planning for the next rounds.
Side of this
We have
tournament.
3 rifles
a lot of people
into
will
this one.
completely count
2
them out,
people that can die, and then
that's
they're
not
going to be
what's
buying
happened
rifles
today.
after as well. So planning ahead to just
Showcase
make
that
sure that the
we
next
have a lot
round
to play
after
for
this
still.
eco
That's a lot of utility
is like
being
their
used, but
full
nothing to
big
clear
buy,
into
and then it's
short.
a
Zest has
massive
just
swing round.
slipped his way into
It's
short.
definitely the
Gotta know
right
this isn't
approach.
cleared, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but also
Killjoy's in a weird position with one of the guns. It's a huge kill
Someone's
there.
watching just that one extremity.
Are they not even considering short?
I don't think Zest is going to be able to win the 1v5 with the classic though.
Yeah, seems unlikely.
Okay.
He's making it look like a bit
They at
more
least
than
pick
a
up all the
classic.
rifles,
He
so
gave it a good try, didn't he?
absolutely
Really
fine.
did,
We
yeah.
have 2 people, right, that can buy the rifles, so
Okay,
we get the
BBL
full
with a
buy now.
bonus, BBL with another 5 rounds after that.
So no bonus,
then-
really?
then we'll- then we
And
can
we're
start
just
talking
straight in.
about it.
I
Then
mean,
we can start
actually,
talking.
Okay. Yeah, at this point,
Everyone
it's
can
still,
buy next apart
far
from
too
this.
early days, I think.
so it's not too
Yeah.
bad.
Not enough room for error when it comes to it. It literally has to be perfect from here on out.
I think this is a good time though to showcase what you've got on the world stage, right?
Yeah.
I think a good opportunity to show people
You
that
believe?
shouldn't count you out.
Hey man,
for
I
future
respect you for that.
EMEA, VCT, you know, that kind of stuff.
I think the evolution of this team as well, you know, BBL in the past have been, the descriptive term that I've used has been quite one-dimensional. I
Is
think, in the way
RB
that they
fast
thought
enough
about
to
the game, the way
flash,
they played the
to
game with
turn this
overall
flash?
game plans. But the addition of Suchny as an IGL, I think I already see it paying dividends on that same map.
That's
Yeah, it's
unlucky.
a promising start, isn't it?
Yeah.
Flash
Definitely
actually
got
came
things
in
that they can come away being happy about.
like as the recon hit, so it kind of turned by looking at the
Moving their
recon.
way
It
forward
wasn't too
here,
bad.
just a little bit of poking and prodding towards Garage, as DRX have still managed to hold on to that spot. RB's turret not getting broken. Seems like that would have been a
One
major
person holding
win for
down
BBL's macro game.
A.
Heading back, pushing
They
Buzz
push
away
him
from
off
the
as well,
angle.
so do we
Buzz,
see a
though,
rotate?
not calling for any reinforcements just
How
yet.
do they handle this? They might
That-
just crunch this guy middle.
That is going to throw BBL off, because you would definitely assume that Zest or Stax would have rotated A. And actually now
Okay,
they
this
do
is nice. So they
just
push
move
the
away.
person off A, right, that was holding it,
But
so
here's what
now
you see, Sochny
we have to have this
actually,
rotate in.
you
So
know, helping
2,
them come up
they've
with
actually
good
played the
game
map
plans
really
because
well
they're
at the
reading
moment,
that
BBL.
move, knowing that there's going to be more
C is
players
weak.
over towards A.
We
and
do
if
have
we look
Omen
inside
Flash
the map,
though. Omen Flash is looking
Here we go.
perfect.
Hit coming through, dart into the back.
Kushner, even though Omen Flash does go into the site, that's a really nice stun. It's looking pretty good. Was looking pretty good. How has RB killed 3?
Returning fire.
Oh my
Left down
god.
Aslan.
Dude, I want to see a replay. How did he get 3 here?
It's not quite known just yet, but it looks like Mako is relatively aware, and that is going to be the 12th round gained. No more room for error at all for BBL. It's going to be that match point, that series point for DRX.
9 chances, here we go.
And if DRX's goal was to make it
Oh, that's so
just as
clean.
dominant as
What the
Pearl,
hell? He looks insane.
they would have to convert in this one coming up right now. 13-3.
Okay, 9 chances.
Let's see what they got for us. I think a lot of people are going to be watching DRX and feeling really good about the way that they've performed here on Pearl and Haven, assuming that they can close out the map fairly quickly here. So a bit of a lobby control from Buzz, from Zest, really pushed up. This is dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Still
Only
gets
one. For
one.
one. On the defense side, it's not the most ideal outcome.
We've seen Crashies go for a Sovereign from this position that got
Yeah, it was so
much
sick.
value. But Zest decides to play it a little more slowly.
Yeah, it's a different
He's getting
situation,
himself
for
into
sure.
some really tricky positions over a short. Not the best spot for a Sova to play.
Yeah. A lot of it
They
off
are
the back
unexpected.
of Mako smokes, honestly, have been doing the most as well. Just that extra layer in play, making sure that they can't quite clear it. But there we go. Now the presence is met pound for pound. RB just trying to push them back. Not able to do so.
Maybe some
Spike's
belief.
Gonna go down now, and it is just left up to Mako, who's going to opt into the save. Percentage
BBL
plays.
still with life
Might
in them,
opt to
making this one a closer game
do
than
damage,
Pearl.
we'll see. Everyone's
DRX are gonna
money's
have
low,
to
so makes more sense.
Take another
Let's see.
eco here and still figure things out. I don't know how far Buzz is along to his ultimate, actually.
Might be able to scramble a bite together.
Yeah, might
if
be
they
able to go
wanted
for something weird, but I don't see really why you would. Doesn't make sense to take risks and let BBL back into the game.
Yeah.
But that was off the back of breaking Buzz's really extended position. And then Zest also choosing to take a really odd position, in my opinion. There's a Sova pushing close there up on short. You're not able to get value out of any of your utility when the sight hit comes through. And he didn't really have a teammate to play off either.
Yeah. I feel like the composition as well that DRX are playing is, I mean, it's particularly good for retakes. You have great tools, the paranoia, the dark, all the breach utility as well to clear out hell. If you do want to play
This is a nice hit.
it's more than viable. When you're playing short like that, any good team is going to be cleared you out.
Definitely true.
Push them down to an eco.
See if they adjust their
One
game plan,
save
though.
gun. Buzz nowhere near. Oh, well, too far off ball. Let's see what Mako can do.
Singular rifle from Mako, who saved it in the previous round. And this is where BBL should be able to convert. I've seen so many situations like this, though, Bren, where teams need to get a comeback, and it all falls to pieces on a Thrifty.
It's these rounds that are the dangerous ones. They should be thinking, you know, percentage-wise, should be favoured.
Yeah, might as well carry on Jordan, try and sell this one.
That is an incredibly
Yeah,
wide
didn't
angle
want
to
to
take
shoot
from
the extra
short,
bullet.
son.
Knew
Not
I wasn't
getting
going to
into
get
the
the kill
montage
with
with
it.
that one.
No,
Nicely
that
handed from
one's-
BBL.
That one's not touching it.
Might not expect stacks here. Drone though, just in case.
All well and good though.
Does
Look at
get
the
one.
risk from
Nice shot.
Stacks.
And it's not going to be this Thrifty round.
Yeah.
Not now, not today, says
Fair
BBL.
play that they've
Getting
managed to
fifth
get a
on the
kill
board.
each. Do get an extra
Making their
plant.
attack
Oh, that's
side
too
look
late. You just needed the
fairly
money.
decent. They're
Oh,
coordinated,
they messed
have
it up a
game
little
plans.
bit. Wanted
They've
to get
kept
the
it
killjoy
fairly
to get the plant, then they would have
simple
had
too, I
5
would
ults.
say, in round 16, round 17.
A little bit
Just
unlucky.
flushing out A.
Okay, 9 chances down to 7
That's where most
chances.
of the
Getting a
fighting
little
is
bit
happening
lower,
right
but
now,
that was an
around that A
eco.
lobby area.
This is full by now. As we
Maybe
can see
BBL
though,
will have a
if they
different
lose this,
idea with the ults.
they will
Breach ult
be
is
low by
also
with the 2-9
really good
that
towards
they're
A,
going to
though.
get on top.
It is
A lot of ults in play.
quite fantastic, but
Oh, a little dash down short play this looks like. This recon dart lands
This
at the top of short.
so is there going to be a punish here onto Buzz?
is going to
Look like
be...
it,
No,
actually.
he's added a
He
line
got
of sight,
seen.
so he's not going to get.
Did fire a
reveals.
shot,
And
so
he
they
didn't
know
get
that the
contested
opposite
by
goes
Kushner.
straight back
Normally
to
teams
the
will sync
angle.
that up with a
2
jet
people
dash
now
or something
kind of
like that, but
isolated.
early pressure down
Do we
short.
fake smoke
He's got
this
the
to get
contain,
out?
though, hasn't he?
Holy hell,
Okay,
Kushner's going for it.
just trying to dash
Nice
a punish.
cross map
And that's a stun
stun
up.
from
Just to
Stacks.
try and bail out Zest. claim the
Okay,
kill.
well,
Brave does
that's a
make
good
it even, though.
answer back.
It's a good punish, and Suchni's
You need to
leading the
relax
team
though
all
and
the way
stay
over to
alive.
C
You do
instantly.
have Astra ult if
Look
they
at
want to
that,
use
great
it.
read.
Yeah.
Look at the
Great read,
rotate
great
from
call.
C, as they can see.
Haven's
Perfect
just
round
got
so
so
far.
many opportunities for IGLs to show their worth.
Wow, this
right?
is nice so
You see
far
people
from
like
BBL.
FNS, for example. It's like a playground for him.
Yeah.
And they smoke this so we get
So
no
you get
info.
with that.
You get
This is
a
a
little
retake
flavor of
smoke.
this here too. Oh, Mako has got himself into a wild spot though. And RB
Oh, they
pays
put the
for it.
ult
Yeah,
into
I
this
mean,
as well.
TPing into the smoke caused them to spam it. It was RB, like
We
you
do
said,
get the
paying
plant,
for
so
that.
I think the Killjoy's going to get caught in this. Might be
Fortunate
close.
indeed, but that lockdown pushing them back. Brave just
Yeah,
skirting
Killjoy caught.
the outside of it. Aslan is going to be detained, but the spike is dropped down. Now, just how dangerous does this get? With Mako low,
Looking
and the
like
money
they're
also
saving.
low, looks like DRX are opting again into that percentage play.
Okay.
And BBL have all the ults to stop this.
Yeah, they have
literally
good
a
money as
0%
well on
chance
some of these
that
people,
Chester
so they
Mako
can
win
hunt.
this.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, you've got a
Definitely fine to
reflank
hunt
coming out
into
from
this.
Brave, which they were aware of, but also the Sovereign
The timing,
breach
like,
ult
yeah.
can stop you. And at that
Really
point,
good.
if DRX
I think his
chose to
teammate
commit,
actually
it would just
pinged
be
it.
to pull out Sochni and Turco's ults. And instead, I think the better option is to just keep the Vandals alive. It adds so much more danger to your eco rounds.
Okay, this was a nice,
difference this half
a
has
very
been
nice
I'm
round.
not gonna lie, Brent, we're kind of getting to the point
Okay.
where
close. What did you say? Was it 8 rounds?
I said they had to win what was
9
it,
to
round
6,
15 and 5 more, something like
A
that.
third of the way
Which I
there.
think would have brought it up to round 8 in total. So 7 or 8. Never do maths on broadcast because you will look like an idiot. But
Yeah.
it was around that number, you know, like
Good amount of
Yeah,
ults
we
left
brought it
still.
up to 9, but that's fine. It would, I mean, 8 is nearly 9.
it was a rounding error.
Well,
from
no,
me,
we have a
sorry.
Bucky.
Right. Operator on the board here for DRX.
Very possessed.
Zest is
This is so bizarre.
Oh my goodness, with the
Okay.
Sova? Yep, okay, how'd you get out of
And
here?
these are the rounds you need
He's
to be
gonna have to
careful
duel
of. Despite
this.
the buy being a bit weak, I think it's because Buzz
Oh boy,
ends up having his ult to play with. The Blade Storm. Hunter's Fury is beautiful.
damn Stacks.
Does trade
Took
it
a
out,
hit as well, during all of that.
but it's still
Going
a bit of
over
a weird
towards
one.
B at the moment.
Any sort of mistake.
We might have a fast flank
Never
with this
know
though.
these kind of rounds. Your series,
How
it's
BBL
one
gonna
of
play
life, it
this?
just could
We
be
don't have
over
much
in
map
the blink of
control,
an
so
eye,
looking
but
like they're gonna heavy
BBL
play site.
offered
We might see them take A
nice
main.
uncontested
They kinda
plan.
wanted
Buzz
to,
with
by
the
the looks
knife,
of it.
still looking to
There we go,
contest,
they
and
do
then
that.
you see
Nice
that
ult as
Turkish
well. It's getting a
confidence coming
little
through
bit
once more
weird,
with the
so
gunplay.
I think the ult to secure
Unwavering
this was
faith in their
absolutely
teammates,
fine.
able to just solidly clean up the remaining members there.
2
of
ults
DRX.
used against the eco.
Yeah, and despite the fact that DRX had some dangerous weaponry,
Bucky
the
in
operator,
play.
Buzz with his knives. You know, it was still a half buy, but it had a lot
9
of
chances
power
down to
behind it.
5.
BBL is still really clean.
Yes.
And I'm not going to lie, Brett, if BBL win this next round, I think the squeeze is going to start to be felt by DRX.
Certainly feels like it. Because this is certainly getting out of control. I think BBL, listen, I'm not going to say the usual, which is like, oh, what resilience they've shown to come back in this situation. We've already seen it over the course of the series.
Yeah, definitely.
They've been able to come back from, admittedly, not as much of a deficit as this first half was, but DRX choosing this now as an opportunity to take that time out, and it's around a time, like you just said, Josh, that it's this
Good time
upcoming
for a
round that's
timeout.
going to be really important. If
Yeah,
this doesn't go DRX's
Getting a
way,
little bit close.
Then,
spell, you know, very troublesome times ahead.
and I'm going to be honest, DRX being sent home after being 11-1 up on Haven that's not on anyone's bingo card. That cannot be allowed to happen. From DRX's perspective, the coaches, the players, they would never live it down. I mean, that would be
A blemish on an otherwise very consistent record.
yeah, an absurd choke to end all chokes. So DRX taking it slow,
I think DRX are gonna
putting the timeout here.
heavier push
trying
over
to stop
towards
a bit of
A.
that momentum
If you can hold one
behind
person with
BBL.
A and have the others,
See Vlad, the coach there.
I think
BBL
they'll-
just
I think you might
spin
even see
these
them
players.
4-person dual
Doing
A.
the most.
I think
I
it
think
would
at this
work.
point, you know, BBL were playing like they had nothing to lose
How
at
many
the
we
beginning
got?
of this
1,
half.
2,
I mean,
only
they
2.
were
Okay, do we have an
essentially
op out or anything?
done, and now
Okay.
maybe a bit of belief, a bit of hope is starting to rekindle within their hearts.
5
Certainly if they
rounds,
get
isn't
this
it?
round.
Yeah, it's 5 that stands
might be a
between
fast
them
C
bringing
here,
it to that
though.
OT. That is their goal. It's within their grasp now, it's within the sight line. Got to start to believe in this one, but every single round is so hard. What a hurdle, because, again, no
So is that the
room
one
for
that
mistakes.
goes
Has to be perfect.
Cryptics?
C is left completely
Yeah.
open right now.
There's all the
All of
Cryptics,
the
all
utility
goes
being
in.
used, including their own breach ult, which
Oh my goodness,
catches
fast
onto the
retake.
side of Kusha. The
Whoa.
guy is being rattled around the back of the sight. like no one's business.
Holy hell.
And a swap
You tell
dropped
hell
into
what's going on.
Just the corner of it pushes him into an unfavorable angle, and he is dealt with enough. But BBL with the rifle still swinging through.
Oh
Stacks
my goodness, Stacks.
might have
Absolute
just put an
hero
end to
play.
it.
1-on-2
Weaving his way into
for
the
Brave
site,
to keep him in it.
And it's all down to Brave. In just a blink of an eye, it all comes down to this. He finds the one target. Little smoke drop down. Consumes it to give him the sight line.
There it is.
And
Buzz
Gulf
secures it.
will
Nice
be
run from
the
Stacks.
finisher.
Crazy.
And it was a valiant effort from BBL.
Yeah, it's good.
Make no
Good
mistake
attempt
about
from
that.
BBL.
But DRX were in control of this series. It got a bit shaky.
Pearl was
for
very
sure on map
impressive.
2.
Ascent was just an
Arguably map
insane
3.
game.
But DRX, I think, could still be pretty confident that they're looking decent.
Yeah, BBL
to
should be
advance
happy,
throughout
like
the
really
bracket.
happy with this.
Not by any means a bad showing, though, from BBL.
Yeah,
Being
I
able
agree.
to take a map away from the team that finished 3rd at Champions. And also having a bit of a comeback here in the final map, too.
That was looking
6 rounds is
so doable, but when you listen, when it's 11-1 at the half.